The 19th annual Mining Indaba currently underway in Cape Town, and Godfrey Motizwe caught up with Carel Smit, who's the director of KPMG, for his view on the relationship between the South African government and the mining sector.
Thanks for your time. Now, we are at the Mining Indaba and we are hearing different voices about where the state of relations are between government and the private sector. Some say the deficit is a narrow one. Some say that deficit is very, very wide. What do you see?
I think the gap, we all need to work very hard to narrow the gap between government, business, and all the stakeholders in the mining industry. You know, Godfrey, if I look at the mining industry, shareholders want returns in the short term, communities want to be developed, government want taxes, they want their fair share, and it's marrying all of those objectives that will bring a sustainable model for mining.
Yeah. Now, you of course advise private companies about investments and working with governments and those kind of things. From where you sit in terms of the distrust, particularly from international investors, what do you think it will take for the government to win back international investor confidence again?
You know, I don't think it is only for the government, it's for our whole country to portray a positive image. I was at the time when Marikana happened, I was in America, and it was spooky to see it on the television screens. The way we protest. So I do think it is everyone in South Africa have a duty to come together and portray a more positive image of our country. It's not only government, it is not only business, it is every man in the street need to take up their task as a good citizen to start to work together in the way we protest, in the way we work together. We need to take hands.
How strong is the sentiment against South Africa by international investors looking at this country and saying, you have got labor unrest, you have got high costs that are going up all the time, power bills that are getting higher all the time, strikes, you have issues with certainty in terms of the business environment?
We have a good mineral endowment, but in order to get people to invest, it must be a stable investment platform, Godfrey. Mining is easy. Mining investors want a couple of things. They invest big time, and it's a long-term investment. They want stability over the long term. They want to know what to expect. You know, if you come in and invest in a big project that will run for 30 years, you cannot get the taxes change in year 10 all of a sudden. You need to know what to expect over the lifetime of your project. And obviously, it's the question of labor. We in a country where we need to create more jobs. And I do think the unions and business can do a lot in creating a more harmonious way in taking it forward.
How scared are they internationally? Give me a sense of the kind of conversations that you have.
It's very difficult. It ranges. And I think, you know, I always try and tell people, at least in South Africa, I feel our risks are quantifiable. We have a stable legal system in South Africa. We have very formal structures in South Africa. So I try and portray and give them the positives of our structure. But as I say, the elements that we need to manage is the socio-economic elements, the gap between the rich and the poor. They are scared of that. They are scared. And after seeing the events of the last couple of months, obviously it was scary events, Godfrey.
So from your side, as an advisor, what do you tell them? What do you say to them? How do you convince them to come?
I tell them the deposits are good. We have a good legal framework, so at least the risks are quantifiable in South Africa. Work with communities, get get to understand the communities in which you work, understand the legal and the tax system, and try and remove as most of the uncertainties that you can.
And if you were to deliver one message to government that it should be delivering here at this mining in Indaba, what would that be?
I think it's bringing certainty and working with business to achieve the goal. Sometimes I feel as if business and government can work a lot closer to achieve a better outcome for our country. And it's not only business and the government, it is the unions, it's communities, and it's for each one of us to take up our responsibility, Godfrey.